We're going to continue now with Finis Dake. First of all, in his Bible, as I mentioned before, and as I say, the commentaries and notes are extremely large. I'll tell you how it's set up in a minute. But also, I was telling you about his concordance. Now, that concordance is not called a concordance, it's called a concordance and cyclopedic index. So, what that means is it's not only concordance that you'd find in most Bibles, but it's an encyclopedic index, which means it has every word from the Bible in there, where you can find it. Gives its definition first place where you can find the definition, and then all other places where that word or idea of that word can be found. So that index in itself is a monumental size index. And after that, besides all the books of the Bible, when you look at them, will have many, many notes with it. But in addition to that, once that is all finished and the concordance and encyclopedic index is finished, there are also many charts, you could call them charts or drawings, that are in the end of that book, which is called the Plan for the Ages. Now, they are drawings that show you the evolution of divine wisdom, and it shows in the bottom of each page one circle around a section of that going this way, and that big circle will have a comment. Then on the top of each page, there will be other scripture references. So that's another section of scripture references. Now, also, a man named Leon Bible, which is an odd last name, but that's his name, he is a pastor, and what he did also was to give us a great history of Dake's work. That also, he sent me a PDF that I asked for that is very interesting because it shows the sources Dake used for two of his books. The first one is the Annotated Reference Bible, and the other is God's Plan for Man. So if you read through that, you can take each of these books, Dake's Bible and Dake's God Plan for Man book, and in there, if you go to the page Leon Bible shows you, it will take you to each of those places in each of those books. And when you read there, it will show you exactly what sources Dake used, in addition to the Bible itself, to get the information he used. Another thing about the the way he uses the Bible, and Dake, when you go into the Bible, for example, the ideas that are carried out in a chapter, let's say, of the Bible, are not just kept to that chapter of the Bible if the ideas go further than that chapter. So what Dake does, and I'll show you later, is when you're in a chapter, now he has something before each chapter, let's say. It's a small thing that's like, it looks like sideways and not straight up and down lettering, and it'll give you the idea of what's coming there. And that's what is underneath it. Then if there's another change in idea, that'll come right along. Or if the idea goes through an entire chapter and beyond that chapter, he won't have anything except a new idea if it's beyond that chapter. So that way you get to see how far a certain subject or idea goes through a certain part of the Bible before you go to the next. That's another interesting thing that Dake does. And we will discuss a little more about this later, especially the idea when you come to when someone asks a question. Now, Dake doesn't just leave that alone, of course. Dake does many things in this Bible. If someone asks a question, if you look for the note under where the question was asked, it'll say question number blah, 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 whatever number that is, and then say, next question, and then he'll give you the place where you find it in the Bible. Now, he sometimes will have a comment on that question as well, saying that this question was not answered, but Jesus said this question in order to make people think about what he said. Or he may say, only God can answer this question. That's why it wasn't answered in the scripture. So not only does he have these questions where you can go find them all, and it's quite interesting if you want to read them, but he may have comments about them as well. So these are some unique things about the Dake Bible and the God's Plan for Man book. So we will discuss both of these and show you more particularly what they look like shortly. Thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of your day.